Well guys,
hello.
we've got the Sarg, we've got the bear.
We've escaped.
Yeah, we got out into the woods.
Freedom.
We're at a new location, somewhere we haven't stayed before. We're going to have a quick scout round, see the lay of the land, get off track, find somewhere to hunker down for the night, and just relax, catch up, chew the cud, have a bit of fellowship.
Amen.
Open the word,
Yep.
do what we're meant to do. So we'll bring us along,
Can't wait.
and we're going to have a blast. So we've gone off trail, brave and quick. Some heavy dense pine, but it opens up, and the reason why we've came to this particular woodland, large mammals. There's two breed of deer that I know of here. There's the fallow and there's sika. So hopefully if we get settled fast and be quiet enough, we should have some encounters. But that's the whole plan anyway. Sarge has brought a crossbow, and we'll have a fire and a spit and a barbecue and eat well tonight. No, we're not going to. We're out to observe only. But bit of a clearing ahead. Well guys, camp set up and we need a brew now. It's a lot warmer than I thought it would have been. It's the last day of August, is it? The last day of August? It's tomorrow? It's the last. Tomorrow's the last day of August. It's almost August. August is almost done.
Yeah.
Normally we don't hold this heat in Northern Ireland just for as long as we have. I'm actually, for an expression that we would use locally, if it wasn't for the shuck of my arse, I'd be drowned. Okay, so need to strip off, cool down, sit down, stop working for a minute or two. We're just going to shoot around camp first. We have the Sarge in his quarters.
Hello.
And over there's my new tarp. Again, trying to look at other options. It's just a big ass piece of oiled canvas. It's 6 foot by 10.
Heavy.
Yeah, it's over 3 kilograms. I think it actually weighs 3.3 kilograms. So between the bedroll and that tarp, I don't carry anything else. I'm just going to make pine needle tea and eat berries because I can't afford to carry any food. But I got it off eBay. It cost me about 30 quid. I just want to try something a bit different. I mean, I think every one of us has the DPM bashers and other bits and pieces that are available in the market, but this is just something a wee bit more simplistic, a wee bit more me, simple. So I stuck it up, and of the bedroll from Winchester Camping Adventure, just lying in below it, and we're going to get a small fire going, get a boil on, and have a brew. And there's the technology. This is where it all happens. That tripod belongs to the Sergeant Fruitcake. It has not only filmed candle making, wild camps, adventures in the woods with son and father, but also him drinking his own piss. Yeah. And that's enough of that. Oh, just on that note, see, bladder, 2 litres, and another water container, because there's no way I was risking having to drink any of his water.
It's sweet and it's warm.
Guys, I'm going to just stick a little fire on here for a brew. But what I'm going to use, I'm not going to review, okay, I'm just going to show you in action. There's a guy on YouTube, Howling Dingo, and he's done a review recently of these. Now he went to the extreme of jumping into the sea, swimming with the tinder on him, then bringing it out and lighting it. I've just brought one with me. It was a prize I got from the canteen shop. A wee competition they did on Twitter, and that is your zombie tinder. Now there's 2 methods of lighting. Okay, you can break it apart and it's fibrous inside, and you can throw a spark onto it, or you can use it just like a candle, and that's what I'm going to do, light it with a lighter. So wax ball with fibrous materials inside, zombie tinder from the canteen shop. Comes in a wee tin. I think there's about a dozen in the tin, which is a total of a couple hours burn time. But like the guys say, it's for emergencies only. You know, these are something that you bring out and you shouldn't be really relying on. But because I got it given to me, I haven't used one yet. I'm just eager to see what they do. So just going to light up one of these wee zombie tinder balls and see what the burn's like on them. Do I throw it now? Well, you can see it's thrown off a good flame and it's starting to melt quite quick, so I'll set it down here on a wee fire bed. And I'm just going to add a few bits and pieces. But that is a zombie tinder ball from the canteen shop. And Rob, thanks for that. Thanks for the gifts that you sent over, bud. Just out for a little just a wee scan around the area, see where we're at. Somewhere back in there is our camp, and there's a bit of a fire break and a really strong trail, and you can see the tracks there just where the deer have pushed into the wet mud. And if you follow those tracks, surprise, there's a Sarg. So the tracks are just as clear as, leading up through, and they just crisscross this whole area. Like I say, this isn't far from where I live. This is one of the first areas that I actually came to whenever I first got back into spotting wildlife and looking at wildlife, and I came out here during a rut and got really close to deer, which isn't probably advisable, but there are those small sika. I think I can manage one of them. But Sarge has just found some more poo. Scat. We found a tree back there where the deer, the young bucks, had been rubbing antlers against the bark and had most of it cleared off. But it's dense forest. Most of it was managed and pines, but they have been trying to reintroduce different types of trees. I suppose they're struggling because of the amount of the light that the pine take. But it's a great spot. You're not far away from, I say it's what, 15 minutes from my home?
Yeah.
15 minutes from my home, but and it's used a lot, this forest used a lot by runners and cyclists, but when you're in it, you lose yourself. Sure, that's the whole point of getting out, just to lose yourself. Well guys, home away from home, and it's supper time. Nothing too sophisticated going on here tonight. Super noodles, rehydrated meat, jerky, a little bit of barbecue flavouring, and a lot of Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
There's the oven, and the Sarg, well, he's going hobo style. He's eating out of a busted can.
It's good, man.
Keeping it simple.
Doesn't have to be complicated, does it, man?
No, complicated's too hard for us. Keep it simple. So just grabbing a bite to eat. The camp's set up, the fire's going, we're cozy, we're dry. Plan to get out maybe in the next hour or so, looking at the sky, maybe in the next hour. We've done a bit of tracking. We can see where there's quite a few deer paths close to where we're at, followed from where we're at. So we're going to head out maybe later on as the sun goes down and just see if we can bump into any of the local wildlife. Don't know if we'll be able to record anything. We'll try, guys, you know, because these cameras aren't the best, especially with limited light, but if we can get anything, we'll share it with you. Okay guys, oops, we've startled them, but you can see a herd of fallow. It's pitch black out there, we've just got a spot on them. Well guys, great morning. Sun's out, birds are singing, breakfast has been had.
I've had a poo.
The Sarg has got rid of some toxins. We get dropped off, so we don't have a vehicle here with us. We've got a pickup in about an hour and a half. So camp's all packed away and we're going to take a wee hike around. We got some footage last night of some fallow deer out grazing. Don't know how it'll come out. Was using spotlight to try and pick them up on the wee camera, but we'll share that with you. But we've heard the Sika calling each other this morning, and that's just a great place to wake up. This is a natural run right through the woodland that the deer use, and there's lots of wee trails heading off through it. So we're just going to take a couple of these. The only problem is Sika deer are quite short-arsed, so we spend most of the time bent over trying to get through the brambles and the pine, but it's been a good night. It's great to get out, and for this time of the year in Northern Ireland the weather's been good. We've enjoyed it. What about you, Sarge?
Yeah man, it's been great. Just recharging the batteries now, like a solar panel. Sucking it up.
And this was our sight last night, which, by the way, I was lying roughly about here, and the Sarge is just where his bag was, and that little indentation in the ground just there is a wasp's nest. So we've just woke up to them shitting in and out the nest area this morning, but lucky enough, no hassle.
Just went.
And we've also had the Sarge found that he was lying on an ant's nest last night. But again, we didn't eat them all. He left some.
I didn't go hungry.
Yeah. So he was willing to share his food. So guys, we're going to head off. If we see anything interesting, we'll let you join in. Okay, catch you later. So out doing a bit of stomping around. Beautiful morning. It's almost 9 o'clock. We're just going to have a look and see what's about. Found another great wee spot there just before we came out of the woodlands, out of the forest, that we might go to next time. Larger clearing, a few young oaks growing in it instead of all the pine with the needles and the itchy and the scratchy. But it's a great morning. Sarge, what do you think of this location?
Perfect. It's perfect. It's nice to get into a wood that's got a bit more than just pine in it. Get some hardwood. It's I don't know. The nature as well. It's just lovely, just being this close to something that's wild.
Ease of access is good too.
It's great,
yeah.
Especially when the wife drives you here and drops you off.
Yeah, we got dropped off. We didn't want a car sitting outside the forest all night, so we got dropped off and just left their own devices. There's no phone signal in here.
Perfect.
You're not going to be connected to the outside world, so we have a rendezvous point, and until then we're free just to enjoy what's around us. See you guys.
Bye.
Okay guys, well, we've been out for a walk. Sun's well and truly up and summer has come back to give us a kick in the ass. There's this wild meadow, and just here, this area, and if you follow over, just over here is areas that the deer have been coming out to at night and bedding down. So late evening, this will be a spot we'll be coming back to. Maybe trying to come out and observe them, just watch them quietly.
Maybe set up a hide or something.
Yeah, there's good locations for a hide. There's a nice tree line just out across here, so we'd have to come early and set up and then sit down with a cuppa and wait, or with all this forest behind us, which is openings.
You can probably see that's one of their routes in through here. You can see
this wee woodland here is just riddled with them, and apparently they've just, I don't know, I heard somebody say they've had a cull recently, but the numbers are still very, very high. We're next to private land owned by a lord, and he's the guy that brought the fallow in. Obviously they've jumped the fence and taken over this woodland, and it's great because, you know, there's not many places you can go and you can have really good encounters with wildlife. When we were coming onto this walkway, there was another trail we followed for a minute or two, and we spotted some fox scat. So there are other creatures, other wildlife in here. There's the woodland itself. It probably isn't old enough to have badgers settled with dens sets built up in here yet, but I know there's squirrels, I know there's foxes, there's sika, fallow deer, there's an abundance of birds because we're next to a body of water.
there's a bear.
There's a bear. But it's a great place. I mean, some of the woodlands we come to and some of the places, you know, they're either very much used by the public and you don't get that feeling of getting away, or else they're industrial forests, commercial, just for growing trees to be cut down, and you know, you can tell when you're in it, it's man's.
Yeah.
But this place,
uniformed, isn't it?
but this place is different. You know, this is a managed forest, but they're trying to reintroduce native species, and the wildlife are good at keeping the clearings open and making it a place that we can all come and enjoy.
Especially when the weather's like this.